lizard.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Tonight, we are live just a little bit early. I've got some things I gotta take care of tonight after the stream, so we're going live a little early. Yeah, we're playing Victor, and you might have noticed that the stream title says Trounce is back. Well, that's because Trounce is back. KO officially hit Living Legend this past weekend, and I think it's time that we give Trounce a try. Now, we have a few things we're going to be trying tonight to see like how they feel, how they play out. I've got a couple of things we're looking out for as we go through our games tonight. And I have sticky notes on my desk here that I'm going to use to keep track of them. And so what we're going to do is sometime next week, I am going to look back on all of the games that I've played, and we're going to like take note of like how these things played out. And I'm going to tell you guys what some of these things are that we're looking for. I did cut a couple of copies of Fault Line from last night's list to add in 2 copies of Trounce. It does make our miss on clash ratio about 15 in most matchups, which can be a little weird at times, but it's felt okay so far in my games that I played today. I played about 7 games so far today, just kind of testing. But yeah, we have 3 main things that we're looking out for that we're going to keep an eye on. And I'm going to talk about them as we come through the cards in the deck tonight. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what's going on. Monster with the 10 stream watch streak over on Twitch. Thank you, Monster. I appreciate that. Ben, Keaton, David, Saxaboom, Bing, what is up, guys? How is everybody? Glad you guys are here and hanging out. I know we're live a little early. It's kind of weird. I keep looking out my window and there's sunlight outside, and I'm just like, what's happening? I don't know. It's very odd to be live this early, but we got some stuff we got to take care of tonight, so we push on. We are only live I'm only live until 9 o'clock tonight, so about 2.5 hours. So we're just gonna jump in, take a look at the deck and start playing some games because I wanna churn through some games. Let's go. Geese with the 2 months of Prime support. Geese, thank you so much for the 2 months over on Twitch. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Good night, my guy. Couldn't catch yesterday, but how's things after the calling? Victor looking good. So I think that Victor has a real chance to be a solid deck moving into calling Memphis. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Now, we do have calling Brisbane. I don't know how you pronounce it. Coming up this weekend, which I think will be a little bit more telling. So there's a calling, and there are ProQuests this weekend. And if Verdance reaches enough points, then she's gone. And if Verdance leaves the meta, then yeah, I think Victor's back. I think Victor could be back in a big way if Verdance leaves. If Verdance leaves this weekend. No more Claw. My brute brain is working. I'm so glad Claw is gone. I'm so glad Claw is gone. I know that Eugene C is probably like, you know, like we probably still need to we need a wellness check on Eugene after that, but Oh, Rose, Damien, what's up, guys? How are you guys? Hey, Michael, what's up, dude? Yes, we are early tonight. We are early tonight because I got some stuff to do after the stream. So we're gonna be going for about 2.5 hours tonight. So let's jump in. Yo, Bran, what's up, dude? Let's jump in and talk about the deck. You will notice that it did not turn on. Hang on one second. That my main deck count has moved from 43 to 46. That is because after I evaluated my sideboard and my matchups, that I realized that I was playing Boulder Drop into every single matchup that we have. So Boulder Drop's just in the main deck now. The idea behind the cards that I play in the main deck these are cards I never cut under any circumstances. Taylor will tell you that I'm a psychopath because I keep my main deck in my deck box with these 46 cards. And then my sideboard is alphabetized. And I keep it in order of alphabetical, so that I can know where they are and pull them out all the time. Taylor gives me a hard time for it, but it's a way that like my brain keeps up with things and works for it. Eugene was on Medax at Montreal. Oh, so he's already preparing, right? Eugene posted wicked lyrics to send his goodbyes to the Claw. That is so funny. That's hilarious. That sounds exactly like something Eugene would do. The splitting skulls with Medax. I mean, hey, listen, whatever works, right? Whatever works. I want KO back. I do the same thing as you do. Why do you want KO back? I do not want KO back at all. I am so glad to see that KO is gone. As we keep looking at the rest of the deck, before we jump to the sideboard and our changes, well, no, let's talk about the changes first. Let's talk about the changes, and then we'll talk about the things that I'm keeping up with. So Trounce has made its way back into the deck. I am giving Trounce a try at a 2 of because I think there are enough matchups now where Trounce has a real chance to get some value. Being able to stack up some gold, being able to just, keep the cards fueled in our hand. We have a lot of really cool plays that Trounce can fuel. Now, this is a high-risk clash card because we have to clash twice. But I think that Trounce is we're at a point in the meta where Trounce is worth giving it a shot. So we're going to be trying 2 to see how it feels in the deck. That's currently where I'm at, is trying Trounce as a 2 of to see if it feels good. Yo, what's up, Drew? We are about 30 minutes early today. KO was a favorable matchup for Gravy. Oh, that makes sense. So Gravy lost 2 good matchups when Verdance leaves and when KO leaves. So Gravy stocks are just way down. That's true. You do get KO in Silver Age. That's very true. Very true. Ethan's already made Hexagore decks for Levia and has been doom posting about it. Understandable, though, after a few games. Listen, Ethan's a good player. He's going to figure it out. Legend. I believe it. Agree on the Trounce take? Yo, noob, I appreciate that. I will say, I had a couple of people say that they thought it was time to cut Trounce. Or I'm sorry, not Trounce, Clash of Bravado. Now, this comes from people in the Victor and the Guardian Discord telling me that they have been playing, not a lot of Clash of Bravados. That, some are on 1, some are on none. And I was talking to, my teammates about that today, and they think cutting Clash of Bravado is just wrong. And don't get me wrong, Clash of Bravado is a very, high floor card. It has a very high floor, but it also has a pretty, good ceiling as well. So that makes it pretty easy to play and jam into the deck. I mean, a 7 power attack that blocks for 3 plus yellows can fit into your cost curve. So I don't know. We're going to see how it feels. I'm definitely not, I'm definitely not going to cut it. I had originally talked about cutting 2 Clash of Bravados for 2 Trounces to try and make room for it. But I think the idea of cutting 2 copies of Fault Line to play 2 Trounces lines up a little bit better. We are still testing the 1 of Fault Line tonight. Since I am on Tunic and we're playing Trounces, I am definitely leaning more towards this being a disable or this being a debilitate to try and combat some of the aggro strategies. I don't know yet. I want to give Fault Line 1 more night's worth of tries. I think that, trying Fault Line 1 more time is a good thing to try. So, yo, Hector, what's up, buddy? Now that I think about it, I'm surprised Silly 2 wasn't a Lightning Guardian with how damn swole he is. Yo, I would love a Lightning Guardian. I don't even know what that would look like. We get to destroy lightning flows. I think there's a real chance when we get to Omens of the Third Age that Clash of Bravado goes back to being a 3 of. I want the chance to flip Golden Sun and high roll you. I mean, yeah, like I think that's one of the biggest reasons to keep it. Working on prep for teaching tomorrow. Well, Simper, I appreciate that. I appreciate you having me on in the background. It means a lot. So the 3 things that we are tracking tonight, these are the 3 things that I'm keeping up with. The first one is Trounce. So Trounce is a very high risk, I would say like medium reward card. This gives you the ability to stack up gold. If you have Tunic Counter up or you have a Seismic Surge, Trounce makes it to where Spinal Crush is a 2-card play, which is really cool. There is a lot of good value that you get out of having Trounce. And I think it's worth testing to see how it feels. But I am going to be keeping track of in my games, how many times do I win a Trounce without having to reroll? How many times do I have to reroll a Trounce? And then how many times do I not win the Trounce at all, even after the reroll? So those are the 3 things I'm going to be tracking with Trounce to see how it feels. Because I do think this has a shot of being like a good addition moving into ProQuest this weekend and calling Memphis for next weekend. But those are the 3 things we're going to keep up with to kind of see how they feel. Yo, what's up, Bozen? How are you, buddy? And then the other thing that we're going to be keeping track of right now is Ripple Away. So Ripple Away is a very, very powerful card. It has a very powerful effect where you are able to discard this and your like action cards create that many tokens -1. So this is very powerful into Vynnset. This is very powerful into the mirror. It can be very powerful into Mario. There are lots of situations where Ripple Away is very good. It's also very good into Gravy, which is a matchup we struggle into. My concern with playing Ripple Away is it's a 4. It doesn't clash very effectively, which I am not a big fan of. Like a 4-power attack against quite a few decks can cause us to tie on a clash. So I'm going to be keeping up with how many times across games Ripple Away is going to cost us some points. So right now, I have played 7 games with this variation of the deck, and it has caused me to have to re-roll or lose the clash twice. Now, I'm going to keep up with this as we continue playing. I'm going to keep up with this over the next few days as I play games, and we're going to report back and find a number, and we're going to see, does Ripple Away, like, is it worth that slot, that potential downside risk? Now, the second thing we're keeping up with, the biggest reason to play Ripple Away is for the Vynnset matchup. If you look on Fablazing and you look at Ripple Away, your Vynnset matchup playing Ripple Away goes from like a 50% matchup or something like that to like a 62% win rate. So 12% is a massive jump in win rate for one slot. Now, I'm not saying that that's like the end all be all, but clearly playing Ripple Away is very good into Vynnset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep track of all of the Vynnset games that I play, and I'm going to keep, did I go first or second, and did I win? So what's going to happen is I'm going to treat Ripple Away when we play against Vynnset tonight, if we play against one. I'm going to treat Ripple Away as if it were a 3-block blue with no text. Because the debate for this card is that if I cut it, I can add a Chokeslam, a Debilitate, and a Headbutt. Meaning that our clashes are much more efficient. Or I guess much more consistent is the word I'm looking for. So we're really trying to decipher, does Ripple Away carry the weight? Is it powerful enough to carry the downside that it potentially brings with clashes. So we're going to be keeping track of like it into Vynnset, and I'm going to treat it as a blue 3 block tonight. Like when we play against Vynnset. I have played one game against Vynnset so far. I went first and I won playing this way. The idea is that I want to play 5 games in a Vynnset where I treat it like a blue block 3. And then I want to play 5 games in a Vynnset where we use it as ripple away to see how it feels. So that's where I'm at right now. That's like what we're doing. What would I put in? What would I put in over ripple away? A bot on Twitch. I would say it's been so long, but it's only been like a little bit of time. So yeah. I mean, I would just slot in the extra blues. Like I would go 3rd Chokeslam, 3rd Headbutt, and 3rd Debilitate would be the 3 cards I would slot back into the deck probably. It is good into Mario. You are correct. It is good into Mario. Playing Ripple Away into Victor only adds about 2 percentage points, according to Fablazing, when you play Ripple Away. So the 2 percentage points is like, maybe not the craziest thing in the world. Yo, Matt, what's up, buddy? more clash losses into Levia. Listen, man, Sant's already plotting. He's already plotting. You could play 3 Clash of Bravados so you don't need 3 ripples. There is actually a moderate consideration to be on 29 blues and 3 Clash of Bravados. It is something I'm considering. You can consistently lose clashes into Vin, to be fair. No, 100% you absolutely can. Have I considered Prime to fight if I'm on Trounce? I have thought about it. Right now, my consideration for that slot would be right here. Like, my fault line slot would probably be like a 1 of Prime to fight. I think if I was going to play this, I would be in a better spot to just play Disable as opposed to Prime to fight because I want Disruption. And Disable is also a card in Guardian that you get a lot of points into Oscilio with. So that's a big part of it too. I used Ripple Away last night as Jarl on her. She had 2 Malefics and a Mordred going in to the other one that makes a rune chant, and it just scuppered her second attack. What? I don't know what that word is. But yeah, it is very good into Vynnset, Andrew. 110%. And I was this morning, I was just ready to cut it. But after talking to the team about it, they were like, you should try it. Like, we should continue playing it. So I've decided I'm going to give it the fair, 10 games. We're going to play it out, and we're going to see how it feels. I will say, I am going to put that we are looking for Oscilio and Vynnset tonight, because those are the matchups I want to test. Because I will say, I've played 3 Oscilio games today. I'm 2-1 into Oscilio, and there are times when the weakest link is dog shit. It does nothing. It's dog water. It's awful. And then there are times when my opponent is forced to play 3 cards out of their hand because they can't block. So I don't know. It's the good with the bad. If the weakest link is not good enough, we are just going back to our race face. 110%. That's the deck. That's where we're at. Let's play some games. And I've already got it set up to where we are looking for Vynnset and Oscilio. I also want to look for Mario. I think that's another deck that I'm also pretty interested in playing against. So we'll look for those 3 decks. Now, guys, tonight, if you're hanging out and you want to play games, jump in. It's fine. Hey, Bringe, what's up, buddy? Means to sink or sabotage? I did not know that, Andrew. I did not know what that word meant until you just told me what it meant. So I appreciate you explaining that to me. Against Oscilio, we want to go second. Fablazing says that we are better off to go second in this matchup. My current plan is to play AB3 and then Crown of Dominion so that we still have access to Arcane Barrier. But we are trying to set up gold mana states as quickly as possible. Since we are playing AB3, I am trying the 2 copies of Trounce over the 2 copies of Pummel. I don't know if that's correct, but that's what we're trying. And it's felt okay so far. Isn't Bell better than the weakest link? We could probably be on 2 Bells and a weakest link. I wouldn't hate that. If that's a decision that we wanted to try and move forward with, I wouldn't hate that. The game that I did lose earlier to Oscilio, I will say I lost because I did not have a Bell in play. A singular Bell would have won me that game. Looking back on it non-objectively. Hey, what's up, Dot? Looks better to me since we're seeing a good amount of dashes lately. That is true. I mean, it does help a lot into Dio, that's for sure. But the weakest link also has potential to be good into Dash IO. Megado, what's up, dude? I tried to use a race face instead of weakest link before, and honestly, in my experience, sometimes weakest link is not very good, but at least you have info, worst case scenario. I feel like most of the times against Oscilio is just awful. So the real value of a race face against Oscilio is right here. You are stopping Volzar from doing its thing, and I think that's the real reason to be on that. It kind of sucks, but I think we're just discarding this. I don't want this card. Like, I don't want to draw this. I would rather draw something else right here. We're going to throw the Spinal Crush, and I want to give myself a chance to draw a better card. We did not. I think I'm just going to IP the Thunderquake. Maybe I'm supposed to pitch this to throw Hammer. Heave the... well, no, then we would just want to Arsenal this. I don't know. This feels like a weird hand. Ripple Away already better than Blue Chokeslam. I mean, in that spot, being like, I would like if that had been Debilitate, I'd be okay arsenaling that. I think is like the counter argument there, but I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I'm assuming this is another Gone in a Flash. So I think we block here. We could block 6, but I think we have the ability to just like they're going to shock us is what I'm guessing. I want to pitch right behind you and then throw the weakest link. And if they don't, we can Arsenal the Disable. So I think this is fine. I just think that if you do infinite games, it will... oh, weakest link will be better than a race face. I mean, that's very possible. That is very, very possible. All right, so we block this out. Gone in a Flash is in their arsenal. We're gonna throw weakest link, and we're gonna start to look at our weakest link counter. It's pretty tough to utilize. It's pretty tough, in my opinion, to utilize Overcrowded as Victor. I hate the 2 block as well, but it's a consistent effect is the thought behind it. How higher are you on Ripple Away in the future meta? I feel like it's got a lot of utility into future Lightning heroes. It could very well, I mean, very possible. See, so like right here, like, I don't know if like they wanted to set up or do anything, but like, I think that lines up pretty well for us. And then this is a lightning token, not an action card. We're just going to play this out. Hope it doesn't get wobbled. I mean, throwing Clash of Bravado is just throwing 7. I'm not really interested in blowing up their Sigil of Conductivity here. I guess we can always Arsenal this and try to throw it later. Like, seeing 2 red so far has been kind of awkward. I'd like to see more here. There's not really anything great that I want to Arsenal. And without Tunic or Tech Plating, this is a very awkward Arsenal. So maybe we just do this, and then we can just throw 7 to try and apply pressure, and then we can just IP the Ripple Away is fine, I think. What do I think about Renounce Grandeur? I mean, I guess Renounce Grandeur, like, is that the one that stops people from making auras? Aura tokens, I think, is what that one does. If I remember correctly. Is that correct? Am I remembering that one right? I mean, blowing up the embodiment blowing up the Sigil of Conductivity actually does not waste that in any way, right? it doesn't waste the value from that anyway here, actually, right? Because this would just have go again. We would have blocked and blown up one of these on the first one, and then they would have second embodiment here. So that's actually not what happens here at all, right? We block 5 to deny them the Channel Lightning Valley, and then we can pitch Debilitate, and we can E-Strike for a little bit here. I think is fine. All right, so we put a Sigil of Brilliance on the bottom and a Thunderquake on the bottom for us. We have an E-Strike on top. Okay, there it is. Win. Ow. Win number 1 without having to reroll. Damn it. Open my pin on my finger. Yo, what's up, Valk? Steve weakest linked me, but my only instant was a cloud cover. Oh, what are we wanting to undo? I assume they want to do something in the damage step. Okay. Yep. And then this is going to be for 1 billion. We'll pitch this. They'll draw a card. We know they have a Gone in a Flash and something else. Oh, no, Andrew, you're perfectly fine. You're perfectly fine. I mean, it seems like it's going to get more value when we get to the actual, when we get to, the actual Lightning set. But right now, I'm not sure that it's great. What did we have on top? An E-Strike, right? Sorry. I think we had an E-Strike on top. So I think we're going to draw cards so that we can have E-Strike in Arsenal. They said they're thinking. Oh, they're thinking about shocking me now so that they can get the value. Okay. I mean, this is 9, and we get to Arsenal and E-Strike here. This lines up pretty well. They block with Bindings, but not Greaves. Okay. I mean, whether they're thinking about cycling or whatever they were thinking about is fine with me. I'm pretty scared of what's going to follow here. So I actually want to block like this. They do not have a channel in play. They did not keep it last turn. I guess I actually wanted to block this out because channel would have been good here. Marvel E-Strike deals +2, right? That would be insane. Oh, did the Renounced Grandeur promos go up a lot? I did not realize that they went up a ton. And I suppose it makes sense, though. I'd rather block with this, I think. The value here of keeping the red boulder drop, if I have to, is the fact that, we have the... Oh, this is why they did this. Okay. They're going to get a lot of value here. I mean... Yep. We'll just let this come through. Saving the blue for Arcane Barrier if I need to. And a Somersault, too. So they had double Blast and a Somersault this turn. So we can go to 17 and throw 7 at them. Or we can go to 20. I think we're better off to go to 17 and throw 7 at them. I mean, that turn was very good. That was a very good turn for them. I would have really liked to have kept the Disruption. I mean, we've thrown Spinal Crush and Weakest Link so far. Only throwing 2 disruptive attacks in 5 turns when we are going second is pretty unfortunate. I mean, the deck is set up so that we have a lot of disruption in the deck. So the scary part about that is that they put us to 17 and we haven't even seen a combo turn yet. That was literally just a blast go crazy turn. So we might be cooked. The rainbow foils literally $20. That's insane. They're $30 each. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, there's lots of stuff that went up. Like I did see lots of stuff go up in value. What do they have? They already have an embodiment, so why are you blocking with your headpiece? Why did they waste the headpiece there? The second embodiment doesn't do anything for you? I guess we'll block here in case they put like a channel or something into play. We could try to blow it up. And we know they have a sigil of conductivity, but I mean, if they're cracking their leg piece, it's not going to matter. Could this matter? I don't know. We're about to find out. There's a CNC. Needed that last turn to try and disrupt us. They play Cloud Cover to bounce us back. I do play Balance in the deck. I've been specifically trying Dominion to see if I can race them. I have been specifically trying like a different plan to see if I can race them. If I AV2, I can throw Hammer. I take 5 down to 10. They're going to get back a Sigil of Brilliance. Do they have a Sigil of Brilliance? They do not. They're going to get back. What are they going to get back? Sigil of Ether? Yeah, I think that's fine. And then we'll just plan on throwing CNC next turn. Yo, what's up, Martin? They got back a Sigil of Lightning. Okay. And if they have a good turn, they'll probably just try to end the game next turn. Our opponents like played this very well. We've also drawn like minimal disruption, so you need to have multiple forms of disruption. You need to have multiple pieces of disruption in this matchup. Trying to run against Oscilio sounds fundamentally crazy. I mean, if you disrupt them like multiple times a game, you can definitely get them. It's 110% possible. Like I'm 2-1 playing this game plan today. Now it's all Talishar games, so take it for what it's worth. But I am 2-1 today. Have we also? This is our first grip we've seen, which does matter quite a bit. Like obviously, the more grips you see, the better off you're going to be. So we have no idea what's on top or like what's in their hand. They're going to pick up Brilliance. Sigil resolves. We win. We know that they have a Sigil of Brilliance and an unknown card in hand. So they have a Sigil of Brilliance. And a Mind Warp, okay? I mean, unfortunately, I have to AB this. Like, we have to AB this. We don't really have a shot. I mean, we're getting cool stuff. We're just not in a position to really do anything with it. So Brilliance takes them up to 5 cards, and they have Go again. I think we're just jamming Spinal Crush in front of this. I think I'm living a pipe dream. I think I'm trying to live a pipe dream if I ever think we're playing the Spinal Crush. How many channels have they played? 1. No channel. Okay. Block 3. Okay. I mean, doing what we can. We're just going to pass here. They cycle their last cloud cover, I think. We're just going to Arsenal. Okay. They start by cycling a blink. I mean, with us at 3, it's not going to be very hard for them to close the game out. We have to find as many ways as possible to pressure them here if we can. The one fault line really helped the matchup? I'm not sure what you mean, Bland. Yo, what's up, Steve? They sided out wobbles. I mean, I think playing wobble enemies probably just incorrect, right? So they're gonna play both sides, and we're dead anyway. They don't. I assume they were gonna play both sides and do the whole thing, but that also works. That was the problem with where we were at in that game. I mean, the fact that they had a, let's see, they had what? They threatened 27 damage on a non-Lightning Greaves turn, which is kind of crazy. They dealt 18 to us because we blocked as much as we could. I saw in 8 turns, we saw 1 Test of Iron Grip, 1 Weakest Link, and our 1 CNC we could have played. They didn't have an arsenal, so just be like that. I think. I mean, I don't know that we're winning games like that consistently. Not what I mean. I don't know that there's. I don't know that Bell wins us that game. I don't think Bell wins us that game at all. Yo, Lando, well played, buddy. Well played. You drew well and you played well, man. Was a good game. Was a good game. Yeah, I don't think Bell saves us there, right? Does Bell do anything for us that game? I mean, I guess like on the Gone in a Flash turn, like maybe it helps a little bit, but I don't like the Gone in a Flash turn was not our problem. The problem was the turn where you came in for 15 arcane damage. I don't know that Bell does enough to win us that game there.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
So 1 grip and 0 CNC in 8 turns. 1 spinal and 1 weakest link. Weakest link seemed okay, but not amazing. Bell would not have saved us, which I do think is important to note. Because, like, don't get me wrong, there's always just a world where, like, if I think Oscilio is going to be, like, one of the most popular decks in the room, we just jam, like, we literally just jam Bells back into the deck. Like, we just jam 3 Bells in the deck if it works consistently enough. Yeah, dog, this is, first off, not a legal hero. And also, this is not one of the 3 heroes that were on there. Like, clearly somebody is just trolling me. Which is hilarious because I don't even know who it is. It just says opponent. All right. So against Mario, I'm curious to see what they pick. I know what I want to do. I want to go second against Mario. I'm curious to see what they do. All right. They want to go second as well. I think it's correct. I think they should be aiming to snipe tempo from us. The CNC we had to block with, right? Like we were forced to block with the CNC, I think. So against Mario, this is another matchup where I'm aiming to try the Crown of Dominion to see how it feels. We are not on pummels in favor of the 2 Trounces in this matchup to see what it feels like, because I'm not sure, truly not sure, like, what's correct. This is normally a longer game, so I think I'm interested in just like this hand kind of sucks. I don't actually, you know what? That's wrong. We're not supposed to make a surge. I'm sorry. I'm just supposed to ship this, right? Like we just get to leak damage. I don't want to keep anything. Let's just ship this and push damage through. We're going to push at minimum 4 damage through, more likely 5, so... KO might be legal until Friday, but I'm not playing a tournament until Saturday, so like I have zero interest in... I have zero interest in spending time against a deck that is not real for me anymore. Rainfall, just to clear up on that. I'm still unsure if I want first or second into Victor. So I will say, Lando, it does say that according to Fablazing, I am favored if I go second in the matchup, is what Fablazing says. They just missed their beloved KO. Do you think counting Comet Storms in that scenario gives you knowledge if you're out of the game or not? Oh, 100%. 100%. I very much agree. All right. Come on, Trounce. Let's see what we got. So we put a Command and Conquer to the bottom. They put a To the Point to the bottom. We win with a Spinal Crush. And they have a Pain in the backside. So that is another time that Trounce has won. No downside. Of the 2 times we have blocked with Trounce so far tonight, we have won on both of them. Yeah, winning the Trounce, like, Trounce is... I'm thinking this is a matchup we're going to get value out of Trounce against. They are going to flick. I mean, yeah, they want to... That checks out. Does check out. So they're going to flick us and then play the Scar Tissue? Okay. We go to 38. And they're just going to pass. They flip into Black Widow, which is pretty good. So I want to leave 2 floating, and I want to see how they react to this. This is one of those times where it's so early in the game that I'm willing to make a technically inefficient play by not activating Tectonic Plating to see if my opponent is willing to like buy into a pummel bait here. Because if we can get cards like this out of their hand and deny them Black Widow value as much as possible, I'm totally in for this. That turn cycle was a major W for me. Well, I think that was a major turn cycle W in general. I think they can buff this, right? But it has to have stealth to get the effect. Oh, they're going to get back there. Right? Can they do this? Target assassin attack. Yep, they sure can. So we're going to block with Test of Strength. All right. I said, oh, hoo, come on, baby, turn the lights off. They're going to flick again. Okay. So just using flick knives like Syndra, basically, at this point. All right. Our opponent goes down. Well, we go down to 37. I think there is a world where we could early game ship this if we wanted to. We already put a Test of Iron Grip to the bottom. We could pitch Test of Strength and Golden and Cranial Crush to come in here. But I think we're still in a situation where, like, I'm not really interested. I think I'd rather just play defensively. It's early. We're in a decent spot. I think I would rather, like, just get into a situation where we can, like, try to set up, play a little bit of defense. Plus, we have not seen any gold mana states, and so the more we can, like, roll some of our gold, the better off we're going to be, I think. Hitting a Boulder Drop to get rid of an Orb Weaver Spinnerhead is massive. I'm amazed they did not block with the headpiece there. Absolutely blown away they did not block with the headpiece there. Okay, so if we block Test of Strength and Thunderquake, as long as we win the Test of Strength, we're okay. If we win the Test of Strength with a red, we can pitch both the Boulder Drop. And if we win with a blue, we can overpitch, putting the Sink on the bottom. I think this is a good play line for us. Winning with Ripple Away. Okay, so Ripple Away as at no downside value here to us is good. So Seismic Surge pops. We'll pitch Sink Below to activate Tech Plating. Come in for 7. Offer some disruption and just keep the pressure going. They did flip into Black Widow again. So if they have a hand of like Kiss of Death nonsense, we should be scared. I think Trounce scares a lot of people, Trent. I still love when I win grip checks against my victors. I mean, it will happen, right? Like as Gravy, you will win the grip check every now and again. And that's just a harsh reality that, like, as Victor, we have to live with. They didn't win a single clash into you? That's tough. That's tough. We're going to go sink below first. They discarded an Inertia Trap. We're just going to block with a Trounce. See how this Trounce pans out. We put a Boulder Drop on the bottom. They put a Shelter from the Storm. They have a T-Tox on top of their deck, and we draw into a Fault Line. So, again, Trounce playing very well. Trounce continuing to play very well so far. I mean, if this is a Codex, it's a little awkward. I guess we just get back to Spinal Crush, but I think I'm pretty content with... Should we sink this blue? Like, I want to block a little bit. I just don't want to eat 11. That feels incorrect. I think we can sink the blue here. Hitting into another one is good. I mean, we've already won a clash this turn, so it's actually a little awkward, but it is what it is. Yo, the love of my life with 45 months. Thank you, baby. 45 months. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that I've been streaming that long, honestly. Okay, so we're going to go Gold Main Estate. I feel like we are rolling very hot this game. Command and Conquer for 7 is just crazy talk, right? And then we get to Arsenal the Fault Line and set up for Disruption. Trounce does work into Gravy's allies now. That is true. So Dot, I think that the Gravy community has been kind of quiet lately because there are people like Rose who are just truthers. Like, they just believe in Gravy through and through. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I'm not knocking that in any capacity. I just mean that, like, I just, you know, like, there are the truthers in the community. And so when we have people like that, like, those are the people that are playing Gravy when the deck is like down. Because I do think that Gravy is on the lower end of representation, and also it's not in a great position right now because Verdance is about to leave. KO just left, both good matchups, and Gravy's been hit by two BNRs so far. So I take offense to that anyway. I figured you would. Gravy is in fact on the low right now. Don't want to have too many Golden Suns together back to back. It's going to be our second estate. It is. We've seen a lot of early clashes. Stacked up a good pile of gold. Things have gone pretty well for us so far this game. We just got to make sure that we stick with it. Codex would actually not be the end of the world here. I would actually be pretty okay with Codex and to leave no witnesses because I would just give Iron Fist Revelation and Aura Magus, I'm pretty sure. We're definitely going to give the Revelation so that we can counteract the... Oh, they're getting a Command and Conquer? Ooh, interesting. So not keeping the blue is actually kind of interesting now. So what are the odds we're just blocking with 6 equipment? So we have to consider our options here, right? So this is actually pretty interesting because if I block equipment, I get to flip Fault Line up, pitch Golden Sun to play Gold Main Estate. If I draw red, we pitch both the reds to play the Fault Line. If I draw blue, we get to Arsenal the E-Strike. So I actually think this is like the correct tempo play. I actually think this is correct. Yo, let's go. And the love of my life, upgrading to the Aggro Alliance. Thank you, baby. I appreciate it. I have the best wife ever. W's in the chat for Carly, please. And by please, I mean do it or you're banned. I'm kidding. Kind of. Please return tipples. So I will say, you guys, I think you guys will get a kick out of a discussion that we had on the podcast. Comes out tomorrow, by the way. But I do think you guys will get a kick out of a discussion we had on the podcast this week, talking about should we let Gravy go and give should we let Gravy should we let ban Chum and then give back Tipples? Was a very interesting discussion that we had the other night. It was a very interesting discussion. So we get to make this. This is going to be for 7 and 8's 15. Not bad. Not bad. Tipple is 2 busted. Dead Threads is down to $20. That's actually crazy. Did my questions help? Yes, Dave. We talked about your questions quite a bit. Your questions were quite the segment at the end of the podcast. We talked about, I think your questions were a solid 10 or 15 minutes last night. Give them chart, let them roll the dice. Carly is now allowed to be in the Q&A. Yes, Carly is now allowed in the Q&A. It is pretty funny because, you know, Carly's the exception to the rule. She can just show up to the Q&A whenever she wants. Oh, all right. Drawing a grip here is really good. Oh, wait. Shit, sorry. Am I supposed to hit him with this? I mean, we're playing the card. We should make sure we get value, right? We should make sure we get value. Plus, grip is going to be really good. Grip covers this up. They discard their last card, hopefully. Yep, disable. We get rid of a codex. Staying marked is unfortunate. They don't have an arsenal, which means the CNC is not great. So I guess it's just going to have to be E-Strike for 17. Oh, well, just E-Strike for 17. It's a bad ripple. I mean, I think we're taking away potential flick value, right? With the grip in hand, I think that made it okay. If we didn't have grip, I normally would agree. But I think having the grip, like to get rid of their last card, actually made that okay. Because we're taking away their ability to like flick whenever they want to. And I like that quite a bit. I guess we'll leave the right behind you in hand in case we rip into like a clash so we can like pair them together. You turned a card that converts to 4 into a card that did 2. I don't think it's that straightforward though, Damien. Like I don't think it's that easy. There's more. It's not black and white. I don't think that traditional fab math works on them having a Calicera, a second Calicera. I mean, maybe it does. Maybe it does because... Hang on, let me think about this for a second, Damien. Maybe it actually does convert because they already have a Calicera. Maybe we actually just traded a 4. I don't know. I still think the position I'm in and like where the game state is at, I still think I'm okay with that exchange. Normally, I would want to throw the CNC here, but I think we're just supposed to throw the Spinal Crush. I think. It does, because it means they don't have a Clave. That's probably not an instant flick, right? Like, they can flick on another turn to get value out of it? Like, I feel like if I'm marked and they're, like, churning go again, there could be real value for them to, like, keep that around. I think I just want to take 4 here and banish the disable from my hand. I want to lose the mark. And I don't mind giving them the go again. More than likely, I don't mind giving them the go again. Okay, so there was nothing to follow this up, which is pretty nice. Should we Pot of Greed here to try to find something better to Arsenal? So if we Pot of Greed, there's also a chance we could always just throw the Macho. I think we're supposed to Pot of Greed here, as weird as that feels. Oh, because you can't lead with an upsticks. Okay, all right. I'm open to that. So I'm not going to draw another card. We can keep the Bravado in hand, and we can arsenal the Chokeslam. I guess Chokeslam's better than anything else we have to arsenal. So we can play this, activate Tech Plating, throw Command and Conquer, and then arsenal the blue Chokeslam. Also already got my calls, so at least the initial investment isn't too bad. Wait, into like Pleiades? Are we not just arsenaling the Macho with a Seismic? Not with... I mean, there's a consideration to arsenaling it because we would just come in for 19. But with the amount of D-reacts in the deck, I would rather just keep like pushing value on them is where I would rather be at in this instance. Just give grip. Okay. That's also a reason I don't think that arsenaling Macho is just that great. No, I'm actually fine with that. I'm actually perfectly okay with that. Now, this is an interesting debacle. Like, we could just throw Macho. Like, we're probably supposed to, right? I mean, it's just 19 points, and they're at 17. Like, it's just 19 dominate. And if they inertia trap us, I actually don't care that much. Oh, Call to the Grave? I guess the answer is just draw 2 blues and another Macho. I mean, if our opponent had been lower, I definitely would have considered that Destructor. But from where we were at, I don't think that like we're trying to like close the game out on the next turn. And Macho is like I'm trying to close the game out as soon as possible kind of play. At least that's how I see it in my head. And yeah, Valk, I mean, like, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that like arsenaling the Macho was a bad plan, but I'm always just looking for a more consistent play. How many T-Tox are left? There's 1 T-Tox. There's a Sigil left. They pitched an inertia trap earlier. We've only seen 1 Scar Tissue. I think we just want to push damage. I think this is no blocks. We'll play the Sink Below, and then we can go again into Hammer. Or maybe I'm supposed to block with Revelation here. I mean, I'm content taking 5 here. Like, if their plan is to actually just do nothing from here, then we'll put this on the bottom because we can always headbutt next. We can always headbutt later. And then we can just throw the Chokeslam. Blocking with Kiss of Death and Scar Tissue feels really good. How many codexes have we seen? They played one, discarded one, and we have not seen the other one. I don't think they've pitched it. So maybe there's a world where I'm supposed to crack a gold and try to like rip in to play the Macho or to play the Chokeslam here off of another blue off the top. You'll love to see it. And now we get to have the Chokeslam in Arsenal. Or I'm sorry, the Sink Below in Arsenal. Yeah, Macho for 19 was cool. The situation reminds me a lot of the control deck in Magic. When you do the turn, when you turn the corner, you just start trying to kill your opponent over trying to live longer. I get that. I understand that. Like, and I think in Magic that's very true because you have like a limited window for when you can turn the corner. I just don't know that it fully applies here because like they can just block. And like the Macho is not disruptive enough. Gripping 2 codexes this game is crazy. But yeah, I don't like I think that since like we're not like we're starting every turn over basically like when we play this versus Magic, Valk, which means that like I see it in the light of like, oh, we need to be thinking about how we can disrupt them to keep them off tempo, because even though we are up quite a bit, tempo is the most important part of this matchup in my opinion. So Arseling the Macho doesn't exactly translate to like, oh, this is just like insane. I think they're probably supposed to block with Flick Knives there. I think they're trying to set up a D-React. In Arsenal. So I'm more interested in like trying to find something that could be potential disruption. And are they just letting this hit? Yeah, they're just done playing. Okay. And the Macho's just like not disruption is like kind of like my thing there. I don't know. Maybe it's wrong. But there's so many dirty hippie wizards in my area. Ludiful. What a sentence to read out loud, dog. What a sentence to read out loud. Trounces? Confetti. Chef's kiss. Trounces felt absolutely amazing that game. Trounces lined up very well for us that game. And like everything just kind of came together. Trounce felt very good. Clashes lined up well. Pressure with estates allowed us to force up into blocking. And then also Test of Iron Grip got 2 codexes from hand, which is just crazy. Getting 2 codexes like that is just crazy work. I mean, absolutely crazy work. Trounce was really good that game, agreed. So let's evaluate what Trounce has done here. It gave you gold, it enabled stronger estates, and it gave you a shot at flipping Golden Sun / Stunk. So against low attack decks, it's just a lot of percentage win rate per card. I agree, noob. I mean, the 2 has felt good. I don't think I want to play a third. 2 has felt good. Gold main guard rejoice. Just the other day, I was questioning your decision making. Rob, first off, always question me. You should always question the people that say they know things, because that's just not how shit goes. But I guess there wasn't a follow-up.
Lizard.
My brain just stopped working right there. I think what I was trying to say is that, like, I have been, like, trying to, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, Filippo brought me back. Inspiration via a Filippo. No Trounces in this matchup. No Weakest Links, no Remembrance, and no Midas Touch. I have been seeing on Fablazing that there is an argument to play Midas Touch, because we can get rid of Oblivion in this matchup, which can be tough to do. So we're not going to have any Trounces this game, but I am curious to see how this feels. I think this is another, like, we just push damage where we can, right? Or are we looking to set up the Boulder Drop? I mean, it's turn 0. I think we're just supposed to Macho when we have it on turn 0. I don't know how I feel about Weakest Link. I really want to see if it's pulling its weight into Oscilio, and into Dio. And if it's not, I'm going back to Erase Face. No! My opponents have both had 4 blocks. Sage. Now, guys, one thing I want you all to keep in mind tonight. When we play against Vynnset, Ripple Away is a blue 3 block. That is the only text it has in this matchup tonight. That is for testing specifically. So if it looks like I am playing poorly or playing wrong, it is on purpose. Well, in the sense of Ripple Away, it is intentional. I don't really want to arsenal any of that, so I think it's an interesting thought that while there are certainly very good Fab players in the game, just isn't old enough to have people that you could truly consider masters of the game. So questioning statements is a good thing. I actually agree. I mean, I would argue that like you should question masters of the game too. But I hear what you're saying, and yes, I agree with you very much, Val. Like we should be constantly like asking questions and being like, why this or why that. Like I am a firm believer in stuff like that. Okay, my opponent understands their role in this matchup, and I hate it. Let's play Gold Main Estate and see what we rip into. I think we're supposed to hold the Bravado and try to snipe a Malefic. So we're just going to come in for 7. Weakest Link's going to be way better in like 2 months. I mean, hey. You can play Fatigue Pile Victor, but I don't play that version. Clashing is fun. Oh, I like Clashing a lot more. I've won RTNs on Victor into rooms full of Verdants. You just need to play really degenerately. AB6, 2 Poison Wells, and a Warhorn. Oh, 100%, Buddha. I get you. I hear you. We're just pretending like Verdance isn't real right now because I'm interested in playing into the meta when Verdance is gone. Now, like, there's probably a world where like Fatigue Victor is actually very good this weekend, but I felt high rolled to the moon. Michael, was that you in our game? And I'm asking because I have streamer mode turned on, so like I can never see. I can never see like what like who my opponent is. I mean, our opponent's setting up and playing this very well. No go again, Tunic Hammer. I mean, we could have. I guess I don't remember the contents of the hand. Was there a world where we could have done that and IP'd the Bravado in our hand? All right, now that's a card I'm okay arsenaling. So, I mean, the setup here is just crazy. They're just going to go so hard here in just a turn. I think we're just going to throw this. And since, like, we're not going to get value out of this, if they don't Purgatory here and we have the room, if we have the space to play Pummel, I will. Oh, the turn's going to go crazy. They are going to Purgatory? I mean, it's a very smart Purgatory. I think it's a very intelligent block from our opponent. Our opponent seems like a very, very good Vynnset player. Like, vibe checks are just hitting the room right now. They're going to push a ton of damage whenever they do go for this. Because the Deathly Well, the Malefics, all of it's going to set up 1 billion damage. Okay, so even if we had Ripple Away, we're still just treating it like it's just a blue, so it doesn't matter. Let's see here. What was our 9 rune chance coming at us? No Mordred Tide at least, which is kind of nice. We can just try to block out as much as possible. We're going to use Tunic for this. That's what the Tunic's there for. We take the last 2 rune chance. Fuck. That's bad. I needed that not to be there. We needed that not to be Oblivion. That is no good. They're going to Tunic Creepers something in, I'm sure. Okay. Shadow Puppetry is tough. So yeah, that hits. They're going to pay for Vynnset. We're going to sink below. I'm going to sink the Spinal Crush. Hitting another sink below is actually fine. I mean, I guess I'm probably not supposed to bottom that in case it's a 2 block. 2 block would have been bad. So we're going to take 4 rune chance. We're going to block out the on-hit effect because I'm not interested in letting that connect. We're going to block 4. We're going to give the sink below. And then the real problem is that we're going to have a hand where we can... We're going to have a hand where we take even more damage to kill the Narset or whatever it's called. Nazareth, whatever it is. Spider got obliterated. I learned that it's better to lean into dagger than into stealth. I mean, that's fair, Michael. Like, I do feel like I drew pretty hot that game, so there's definitely something to be said for that. All right, so they're going to have, what, 3 total rune chants in play? Because they should have 1 now from the Funeral Moon. And then they make 2 more from the... whatever it was. The Deathly Well. And then we're going to reset. We're going to look to try and take some damage and set up a hand. Okay, Command and Conquer means that I can block. I can pitch Spinal Crush to Rune Chance. We can pitch Cranial Crush to Rune Chance, block Physical with Spinal Crush, and then ship the CNC at this. I'm assuming there's going to be another... Would have really liked to have seen a Test of Strength or something here. Now, there's no guarantee, but the Test of Strength does help quite a bit. And then we are going to take the last one. We're going to block 3. That is absolutely backbreaking. They pitched 1, blocked with 1, and then played 1 all in the first 6 turns. That's unfortunate. They're going to take the CNC. Yeah, I was like, taking the CNC is the obvious play. I mean, I guess we get to block with Clash of Bravado now, and we get to try and blow up an aura. I mean, yeah, they have a very good draw here. I'm still intrigued to see if we can get out of this. I mean, this is definitely like a...
I'm in danger.
This is not going well so far. We do get to clash into this, which is kind of nice because we can clash into allies now. All right, well, there is 1 ripple away having a bad clash for us. Now, I think we're actually supposed to say no here so that we can... Well, no, we're not going to use the ripple away. This is a... What did they have on top? They had a 5. Ripple away hurt us on the clash. We're pretending like it's not ripple away for the purpose of this game. So this is a blue block 3 that we need something else. So we're going to target ourselves. We win with a Macho Grande, and we get to blow up the yellow Malefic incantation. We fall down to 21. Narseth does not have a on-hit effect, and we are living on a prayer. Okay. Grip could potentially help us. The problem is that we don't have an attack that will kill Narseth without us keeping every card under the sun. So we're just going to have to try and get it off the board. It's going to be our only plan here. I think that's actually the only play. Yeah, just win the Test of Iron Grip. Sadly, I don't know that that's going to like make or break the bank here. I mean, winning the Test of Iron Grip is important here, but I don't really think that's like going to get us to the promised land necessarily. The good news is that basically no matter what, we can get rid of the Spellbound Creepers. Okay. This is the 4th time. So that's 4 times. We played 2 games already, and then this is game number 10. Do I want to blow up my shield? I think we have to. I think we need them to discard their last card. We win with a Boulder Drop. They discard a Deadwood Dirge. Yeah, it's a good one to get out of there. Vandermesh, you missed the part of the stream at the very beginning where I said that we are going to play the entirety of the night like Ripple Away is a blue block 3, because I understand that Ripple Away was worth 4 value there. It was very, very good. But the point of like the testing tonight is to intentionally pretend like Ripple Away is not in the deck to see how it feels. And then we're just forced to go to 10. God, we're not even going to make it the double-digit turn cycles. I mean, I guess that's what happens when it's not playing out very well for us. Okay, so they have to play Go again up front. The Boulder Drop does play well with killing this. Yo, what's up, Randy? I hate Ripple for this. I mean, to be fair, that is the 4th time in 10 games Ripple has cost us the reclash. Victor does, in fact, not have any soul. That is correct. Horses don't have souls, I guess? I don't know. I don't know. Okay. We are finally going to get this off the board. Now, I'm going to be honest. At 10, I don't know that it matters. I don't think we have enough life to stay alive. Like, our opponents at 24, we have not pressured them enough. Like, yeah, they Oblivioned on turn 3, and it took us 5 turns to get rid of it because of the 3rd Succumb to Temptation. Yeah, Vynnset makes a lot of sense. I mean, you just want a Vynnset here. Okay, so the first one comes across. We will... we'll pitch any one of our blues. Doesn't really matter. And then, since this is going to be for 5 and we need to deny the on-hit effect, we're going to have to block this out. I do not want to let Shadow Puppetry hit. It's also worth noting that we have seen 1 Clash card of the 8 in our deck in 9 turns, which is another thing that does not bode very well for us. I mean, I'm going to play this out to the bitter end, but like, I think the bitter end was unfortunately like 4 turns ago, which is kind of funny to think about because we're going to take 6 down to 3 here. I mean, I guess I could block with Tunic if I wanted to. I don't think we're supposed to, though. This is the promo. This is the promo no rune boots. Yeah, Amsterdam. That's what they are. Thank you. Thank you, Michael. We pass back. Whoa, living on a prayer. Take my hand. We'll make it, I swear. No, we won't. I lied. We're cooked. Do we want to overpitch one of these, or do we just need both of them? Like, I'm worried about IPing both of them. I think we're just supposed to overpitch the grip and try to play for the test of strength next turn. Living on a mare? Oh, that's so good, bro. That's so good. Oh, this person, like, whoever we're playing against has played the game like a tactician. It has been truly impressive. Oh, Milk, if you have not seen the game, if you've not seen the whole game, trust me, we've been blocking all game. We've been blocking all game and just doing anything we can to try to stay afloat right now. It has been one of those games where, like, I mean, our opponent is just slinging it, and we're just, like, right here. Is that Rise Against? That's good, Martin. That's good. Something tells me we both know the answer to that question, my friend. Hope Vynnset is a powerhouse this weekend. Why is that? Yikes. I want to keep the riches because pitching the riches is just like omega value. Yo, I mean, it would not surprise me if Shamir was just slinging it around right now. Yo, we drew $400. because I get to feast. Are you favored in the Vynnset matchup, Rose? Like, is that a good matchup for you? Ah! Grumble, grumble, grumble. Grumble, grumble, grumble. He said, menacingly. This has been the saddest game ever. Why? Why, opponent? I'm just a little horse. Hey, what's up, Dylan? Hey, this is a tough matchup to win clashes in, to be fair. Like, this is one of those matchups where, like, winning clashes is not guaranteed. Oh, being behind a Vynnset, like, this is like one of those games where, like, we know we've lost. We just have to keep sitting here and just, like, taking it. Ew. Cole. Pay for Vynnset? Smart. They banish first, I assume. We'll banish E-Strike. All of our other cards block better. We better rip a blue off the top right here. I mean, I'm talking a big fat blue. Come on, be good to me. Damn. I mean, what is this? Like, what it...
Oh, yeah. It's all coming together.
And by that, I mean, it's not. It's not coming together. I'm fine. This is so bad. The funny part is, like, our pitch stack is not winning clashes either. Like, at all. Come on now, win a clash. Come on, baby. Give me a clash win. We did it. It's another red. We don't draw a card. Dang it. We already drew a card. You can succumb nothing. Oh, Delph. It's all, this game's been downhill. Listen, I feel like I do the gingerbread man impersonation pretty well, actually. I feel like I do that pretty well. Yo, the disrespect. The disrespect. Sage. It's a very well played game by our opponent. Like, honestly, actually very impressed with, like, how poorly that went from start to finish. Our opponent set that up very well, played that very well, and drew very well, which are, you know, like, you play it well, you draw well. Like, those are the two things you need to happen. Opponent wants to enable chat. Why is it not giving me an option to enable chat? Maybe if I invite them to chat, we'll see what happens.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
They said, I like your content. Very nice of them. They're like, I feel so sorry for you that I'm going to tell you that I like your content, because that was, I mean, like both barrels just. And yes, I know what that looked like. Yo, for Blazing in chat. Yo, what's up, dude? Keaton, was that you, dude? This is why I play on a burner. I actually don't mind it. Like, nobody's ever like, oh, are you aggro Blaze, you piece of shit? Like, well, nobody's done that yet anyway. Now that I've said that, I'm sure somebody will. Op played that game very well from start to finish. They played Oblivion on turn 5 and used Succumb to take my attack to kill it. Game was a disaster. We went first that game. and we lost. No ripple aways is how we pretended to play that game, even though they are in the list. We are theory crafting with some of our testing tonight. Theory crafting. I was like, Keaton. I was like, brother, if that was you, then play Vynnset, bro. Play Vynnset. Trust. All right, they're gonna go first this time. We are running back the same plan to see how it feels. We're gonna see what happens. Okay, so far in 10 games, Ripple Away has cost us 4 clashes. I have played 2 games against Vynnset where I'm pretending like Ripple Away is just a blue 3 block for theory crafting, and we have won 1 and lost 1. And I have blocked with Trounce 3 times tonight, and it has not cost us anything to this point. We're theory crafting what the matchup looks like if we don't have Ripple Away, is what I'm going for. That is like the idea behind the thought process tonight. If that was me, I wouldn't even be questioning it. When do we go back to puffin? Yo, that is absolutely brutal. Okay. I mean, this is one of the downfalls of Mario going first, is that they can just put us to 37 like this. Blocking with the blue comes back to bite me. I mean, I assumed there was going to be like a second dagger there. Normally there's second dagger, especially when they pitch a blue. Do we make a surge and throw boulder drop to disrupt our opponent? Or do we go E-strike into hammer? Probably E-strike into hammer, right? We don't want to give them value off of funnel web here. I don't think we're gaslighting ourselves by playing Ripple Away. Ripple Away takes up your win percentage points into Vynnset 12% according to Fablazing data. Like 12% off of like changing my blue base, like which is not really that bad, seems like a pretty okay exchange to me. But that's the point of why we're playing it. We're here to see if it's worth it in the long run. We are here to see if it's worth it in the long run. I don't think I want to sink anything, right? Because I'm okay with, like, if we have to, we'll block 6, but I don't really want to put this to the bottom of our stack. I mean, they could have pushed it over the top there. I think right now we're just trying to hang on. Like, I think that's our only goal right now. Yo, what's up, Copper? I feel like, unironically, aggro should be jamming Huntsman. I mean, I do think Huntsman is a very good deck in the meta right now. I just like Victor more. Also, are you guys still here? Has my internet died, or... It does not look like it is my internet. We did have somebody come to the house today and look at our internet, and they said they fixed it, but, you know, I'm not buying that. I mean, if Talishar went down for like 20 seconds, I'm okay with that. Truthfully, I'm okay with that. Is Trounce plus Shield Beater a real thing? So now that Trounce is back in the deck and we're on Tunic, I think considering Shield Beater in the spot of Titan's Fist is real. I haven't had a chance to test it yet, but it is real for sure. Okay, I'm just making sure. With all the internet issues I've had for a while, I'm just making sure. You make good content, Scrub, get good. You know what? I actually don't even think I'd be mad if somebody said that to me. If somebody was like, you make good content, but you're bad. I take that back. I wouldn't like that. I immediately was like, no. Roll that back. Roll that back. Is that from the top of my deck? Okay. So... Wow. Okay. I feel like for as much as we high rolled into Mario earlier, we are getting absolutely juiced right now. I think we're forced to block like this and hope they don't draw something powerful. I really don't want to give up this Golden Sun, but maybe I have to. Maybe I need to keep the blue for consistency. Like maybe I need to block like this and then play the gold main estate. I think the consistency here is like correct. Ziggy is the future. I agree. I really just can't eat a bunch of damage, so we're just going to have to let the inertia be what the inertia is. Them hitting the gold main estate, I mean, don't get me wrong, it could have been worse, but just going to let the inertia happen. Not much we can do. I will be blocking getting marked if I can at all costs. Okay. I mean, we're literally just hanging on with everything that we can. There's nothing else to do, it feels like right now. All we can do is block and pray. They have a Calicera, so I don't think we're going to block with this. We're not going to need this. No, there's no way that's correct. Okay. Are we chancing it? We go to 19 and we just chance it? I think we have to. Codex is backbreaking here. I want to Arsenal this. We need them to hit Arsenal or top of deck. We're going to throw the hammer and we're going to Arsenal this. I think we have to. I think we have to roll it. Okay. We won the 66%. Okay. I think that was step one of us getting back into this game. Okay. They Arsenal Sink Below. Or they had it already, maybe. I can't remember. We're going to set up our Sink Below. We are going to draw a Clash at some point, I believe. Okay, so their hand was really bad? Or they're setting up gas for this turn? I don't know. Either way. What bans, if any, do you think should happen after the CC weekends are over for PQ season? I'm leaning towards no change. Oh, I think it's no changes all the way. I think it's no changes all the way. 6 turns and we've not seen a single Clash card and there's 8 in our deck. The fates of the universe are testing me tonight. And I gotta tell you, I'm not liking it. You can't beat a T-Tox? Just looking for value. We can cover everything, not a T-Tox. We're not going to sink anything. We're just going to let them flip. I would rather them flip as opposed to draw a card. Now, unfortunately, that does mean that we are just sending the hammer, but again, I mean, I don't think banning T-Tox is correct. I mean, I'd be okay with banning T-Tox, but I don't think it's correct. I don't think we need Rootbound back. I think like Jarl's already doing moderately well during ProQuest season. I will take this on top of the deck. It's the first clash we've seen. They had a miss on top. They had a cut from the same cloth. I will take that on top of the deck. Okay. Hopefully, here's where we turn it around. Let's see if they respond. Most of the time, it's no. Winning with a Command and Conquer is not the best thing in the world. Test of Iron Grip. Okay. We win with a Ripple away. They discard Scar Tissue. I think we're going to block like this. We're going to ship the CNC to try to get tempo back. At least somewhat. And then we're going to keep fighting on here. So we're not marked. I do not... Wait, do we know what's on top of our deck? Don't we know what's on top? Or no, we drew into the CNC. What did I win with? Shit. See, I don't have this problem in real life because I physically looked at the cards. What did I have? A Ripple? We probably are just supposed to run it out since it's a Ripple. Thank you for remembering that, because kind of stuff doesn't happen when I play games IRL, because like I'm looking at the cards, I see it, it's there, but... Okay, so their arsenal was like really not great anyway. Up sticks and run is going to allow them to get back Clave. I think we're going to do this. Clash of Bravado. Come on, deck. You're killing me right now. All right. Thunk is okay. I can live with this. They discard their Scar Tissue. We have 5 Might tokens, and we have a Thunk on top. I think we are going to Pot of Greed here. We need to find anything better to do. I think this for 11 is better than anything else. So we just put a Test of Strength to the bottom. We just put a Test of Strength to the bottom. Getting cards out of their hand is okay with me. Riches goes to the bottom. We IP the Trounce. Them passing is pretty awkward. 7 versus 6 is... This could matter. I mean, don't get me wrong. This isn't like a heater or anything, but this is fine. Plume actually seems mildly safe as an unban after Verdance is gone. I mean... Plume as an unban, huh? Are we supposed to block Grip here? We've seen 0 Codex of Frailty. They pitched one earlier. There's 1 to the point left. No Scar Tissues. There's 1 Saver left. They're out of Pains. They're out of Cut. So a lot of this is like reactionary speed the rest of the way. Codex is really my biggest concern. I think I'm okay with just IPing the Trounce one more time. Getting a Leave No Witnesses is fine. They have a T-Tox on top of their deck. So we would put a Cranial Crush to the bottom. How many T-Toxes have we seen? None. We've been getting rolled this hard, and there's not been a single T-Tox yet. That scares the shit out of me. I mean, they pitched one early, right? I don't think unbanning Plume is correct. I know that somebody suggested that a minute ago and I never responded, but like, I don't know. Like, I just, Plume is very, very strong. We're just going to block here with the Trounce. We need the Trounce to come through for us. We win with a Thunk, so we're going to make 2 Might tokens, draw into a blue. We do not know what was on top of our deck. We put a Macho to the Grande. We put a Macho Grande on the bottom. They put a Saber Bloodshed on the bottom, which is nice. And then Sink Below. They have a Sink Below on top of their deck. We know they have a Tarantula Toxin. We know they have a Tarantula Toxin. And we have 2 gold main estates left. We have a Test of Strength we put on the bottom of the deck. We have a Sink Below in our hand. I'm kind of thinking we just block 6 here, and then we can try to park the Arsenal, and we can just take a little bit of damage here. We can send the Hammer for 6. They mark us. Ooh, they're just saving the T-Tox? Interesting. I'm so used to it being fired off there. I wonder if it's because we blocked with 2 cards. Like, if we block with 1 card, do they just, like, snap fire off the Codex there? Or snap fire that off with the T-Tox? This game's also weird because we're not just, like, naturally fatiguing them this game. They did sink a card. We hit off the top. Hitting into a Golden Sun is nice. Not because, like, it really has, like, this, like, crazy effect, but, like, just the extra gold for the gold main estates that are left in our deck is really good. I think we can block like this, knowing there is a T-Tox. Actually, okay, so let's do the math here. Let's do the math. This is attacking for 6, and I'm blocking 4. We're just going to pretend like the Golden Sun's not there for a minute. So this is attacking for 6. Mark of the Black Widow makes it 9, which means I'm blocking 4. If they do not have another pump, we can force this to not come over the top, and we can end their turn because Black Tech will not hit. If we want to play it really safe, we have to block with a Golden Sun. We could make the option, we could take the play of blocking with the Boulder Drop and trying to push damage. So if I block like this, I'm blocking 7 on what is 6, or I'm blocking 7 on 9. I would be blocking 11 on 9 total, which means 1 more pump goes over the top. I think this is how we're supposed to play this one. I think this is how we're supposed to play this one. Clash of Bravado is not great. They're just going to let this happen, okay? How many Kiss of Deaths are left in their deck? That was all of them. So T-Tox is on Calicera the rest of the way. And we've seen what? We saw one Arsenal? ST? Yeah, so they've played 0. God, we are such a bad spot right now. Inertia Trap matters 0. Getting a Sink Below out of their deck. Like, I'm willing to take anything I can get out of their deck at this point. I wonder if I was supposed to just go for the Golden Sun play there. I debated breaking the gold and trying to go for the Golden Sun. I don't know. I mean, at some point, we're just going to have to let this connect, right? So I'm just going to block like this. Sure. We know they have a Codex in their hand. I'm much more interested in blocking the Feels like a good turn for this. If they pump it, they pump it. Okay. And actually, am I supposed to sync this? There might be a world I'm supposed to sync there. Does make it to where that has 0 text. All right, they're going to flip, hopefully into something bad. Okay. There is one more copy of Goldmane Estate in our deck. We have one more Trounce and one more Test of Strength left in the deck. So the question is, if I remember my stack, this would be better. We do have an option. We do have an option of going Crack a Gold, E-Strike, Go Again into Hammer, which is a pretty aggressive play line when they have Black Widow. The other play line is to Arsenal the Codex, or to Arsenal the E-Strike. There's still 2 more like we get in a really bad spot with Codex if we do this line, so I think we have to just like Arsenal the E-Strike. Because I don't remember the exact order of the cards, I think this is correct. Because we did have an option there to just like try to like rip and like do Go Again. Okay. Block 3. They pump this. We take 6. We block 6, banish the Macho, and then we go E-Strike for 12. Block 6, take 2. I think this is the play. So now they're going to Codex into Leave No Witnesses. Okay, so this ends up just being strictly better. Yeah. I think we're supposed to give up the... I think we're supposed to give this up. And then the real question is, are we better off taking a card out of their deck? Like, there's 1 Tarantula Toxin left. There's Savers coming up here in just a minute. They just pitched a Codex. If I throw a Hammer, Hammer would come in for 8. Like, our play has to be fatiguing them here, right? Our line has to be fatiguing them. They also did not Arsenal after Ponder, which means they have at least 1 shitty blue in their hand they don't want. It's been a really interesting game. It's probably the Reaper's Call, is what they didn't want to Arsenal. How badly do we need this? That is tough. Hammer being for 3 is different. If I put this on the bottom, it's going to be the 13th card, which means, man, we probably have 1 hand with nothing. We have the Trounce in the hand after that, and then we probably have the Trounce in the next hand. So we bottom this to make sure that our Hammer is for 4. I think we have to keep this. I think that hammer being for 3 is less impactful than this test of strength right here. I was immediately wrong. Okay. It's fine. I mean, it's not great, but it's fine. If I block 4, they T-Tox, I'm blocking 1 on 5. They have another pump. I don't think we can play around it the rest of the game. I think this is the world we're in now. We get the flexors here. Take 2 down to 5. We're no longer marked, which is good. If they send the dagger at us, we're just going to give the flexors to avoid getting marked. We're going to do our best to IP the Trounce for next turn. They're just going to pass. How important is playing around these last 2 codexes? We know they have one in hand or arsenal. Like, I'm debating if we're supposed to go again here into hammer for 3. Golden Sun does not close the game out from here. Okay, so I think we are supposed to go again into hammer for 3. And then we're supposed to either look for a window to fatigue them, or we're supposed to look for a window where we can trounce into a Golden Sun. Okay. They're out of T-Toxes. We're going to pass on arsenaling. One more. Golden Sun into a Clash of Bravado. So Golden Sun goes to the bottom. Their Saver Bloodshed goes to the bottom. They have a Persuasive Prognosis on top. If they codex here, we're in an okay spot if they codex us, because we can Bravado away their Ponder token. Or Weaver Spinneret to the bottom, Prognosis on top of their deck. Or I'm sorry, Saver Bloodshed to the bottom. There is 1 red Mark of the Black Widow left. There is 1 to the point left. If I block six, what does my turn look like? Golden Sun just went to the bottom. I think we might be forced into crack a gold disable for 8. If this is to the point, they flick knives us, we go to 4. We take 2, go to 2. Okay. This would get rid of their... I think this would be their last... Like, I don't think there's any dagger retrieval left, right? Pick up the point. So let's see. Where's up 6 and run? Up 6 and run is gone. Pick up the point. Are they not on any pick up the points? They're not. Interesting. Normally, I'm used to people playing like 1. They're just gonna... Okay. So we're gonna crack this. Disable for 8 seems not bad here. God, this game's been a heater. Even if we lose this game's been an amazing game. I think this has been a very good game. Depending on how much damage they take here, if we have an opportunity to, we are probably going to look for a window to try to close the game with the Golden Sun. Okay. What pumps do they have left? There's no scar tissues. There's no stains of the redback. When this attacks, so they can't flick, it would have to hit. So there's a to the point and a codex. If I block 6, we play around them having any potential go again. They have 4, 5 cards left at their disposal, and we can try to end the game with the Golden Sun. I think we have to block 6 here. I think blocking 3 is a mistake. I also think that they are trying to fatigue us at this point, but I think we have to pot a greed and try to play the Golden Sun line here. Like, this is just the best play, right? We have to hope that the to the point is in their arsenal. I think that's our play. I think we have to hope this ends the game. Wow, they just said good game. Wow. There has probably never been a game that I felt like deserved confetti more than this. I cannot believe we won this game. Wow. I will I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm taking a lot of pride in this win. This did not feel like a game we were going to win. This did not feel like a game we were going to win. You know what? Let's run one more really quick. Mario, we went second. We got the win. Game started very poorly for us. Up, rolled hot early, but down stretch had some awkward hands, and we were able to hang on and close it out with a Golden Sun. Let's jam one more. I've got something I gotta do at 9 o'clock, but we're gonna play a quick one. We're gonna play a quick one to wrap the night up. Oscilio is normally a quick one way or another. Good luck and have fun, opponent. Now, according to the data, we want to go second, and they picked for us to go first. So I do think that's interesting. Did we have to re-roll any of the trounces that game? I don't think we did. I think all of the trounces lined up very well. We're going to, again, try the Crown of Dominion plan and see how it feels tonight. Where are we at so far in games played today? That was 11. This is number 12. Guys, thanks for hanging out tonight. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you guys chilling while we are getting some games in. All right, so activate Oscilio. Have I tried Providence over Balance of Justice since KO is gone? I have not tried it, but it was a consideration and something I talked about yesterday on stream. I'm not sure if like that's if that's correct or not, because there are still a few aggro decks that I think draw a couple cards, like Oscilio's on the list. I think we're also on the list with like Syndra, potentially Katsu. There are some like different things that like try to draw multiple cards a turn. And so I think that being on balance is still correct. The calling Brisbane, however you pronounce it, is going to tell us a lot this weekend. I knew you always had it, bro. My man, Emma. Yo, Delph, let's go. Mario matchup is a lot of fun. I agree. Mario matchup is a lot of fun to play. I do think allowing the -1 counter on Hammer was a mistake, though, because it caused you to lose a lot of value on small hands. So my concern was that I didn't have enough gas left in the tank if we didn't hit Riches or Trounce in the following hand. But unfortunately, my memory wasn't good enough. We actually had Riches and Trounce, which means I agree with you. Because in the situation we were in, I don't think we had enough juice to actually I don't think we had enough juice to like let the test of strength go to the bottom without Trounce or Riches, but we ended up having it, so interesting. They're just not doing anything. Okay. I mean, yeah, we'll just pass. That's fine. They're clearly just interested in... Do we want to debilitate to try to slow them down? Or do we just want to, like, hammer here? I think go again into hammer is fine. With Dominion, we have a gold in play, so I feel better about it. I keep hearing Rise Against songs in my head, but I don't have, like, the vocal range for Rise Against songs. Yikes. Getting a discharge, we have a CNC on top. Okay. IPing the Test of Grip, Test of Iron Grip, has panned out pretty well so far. I am just going to hit him with the grip here. Hit him with a little grippy boy. God, I love Test of Iron Grip. Okay. Immediately activate Old Knocker and Lightning Greaves in response. I mean, that's fine with me. There's no damage. The Test of Iron Grip trigger still happens. They discard this. They discard Gone in a Flash? There's no way, right? I grip, you grip, we grip. I put my hand up on your hip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. Love that song. I am an 80s and 90s music kid at heart. And then, like, past that, it's like late 90s, early 2000s, like metal, heavy rock. Yikes. Do I just take this to try and blow up their arsenal? I think so. Because they might have discarded Gone in a Flash and kept another one. Like, I think that was a very incorrect use of their turn cycle. I don't know. I'm intrigued by this. Most people play Tunic into me. So I don't know. Claims to be a fan of hard rock. Yo, no, easy there, pal. Like, hard rock metal, like, I grew up listening to, like, Disturbed, 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, Bullet for My Valentine, Metallica. Like, I didn't really get into Rise Against until I was in high school. I was probably more in college when I got into Rise Against, but, like, I've always been a fan now. Easy. Corn? Corn's okay. Like, I wouldn't say I'm the biggest fan of Corn, but, like, Corn's okay. Metal is in the soul. Preach. Tell him, Vertov. I'm into hard rock as well. Have you ever heard of Wham? Are you talking about, like, the, like, poppy, like, upbeat 80s band? Am I being trolled right now? He would have missed 4 damage on that turn cycle if this has Gone in a Flash in Arsenal. Okay. Was always an EDM fan. Here and there. There was definitely, like, some, like, EDM's, like, techno style stuff, right? Because, like, I there's some of it, like I will say, like, the Mortal Kombat theme, like, I really like that one. If that fits into the EDM category, I'm not sure if it does. Oh, Corn's from your hometown? That's really cool. Disturbed was one of my bands that defined my middle school, then Shinedown and Avenged Sevenfold. All of those are absolute bangers. Carly loves Shinedown. We were actually looking at Shinedown tickets the other day. Carly's a big Shinedown fan. I don't think Ripple Away really does anything in this matchup. Ripple Away is a 3-block. Ripple Away is a 3-block. We go down to 34. Ooh, Ether Spindle. I've actually not played against somebody playing Spindle in a minute. Maybe that's something that's coming back. Wake Me Up Before You Go is metal? No. Oh. We actually got to see no, it wasn't Disturbed that we saw. We got to see Breaking Benjamin. Breaking Benjamin was touring with 3 Days Grace this past year, and we got to see them together. It was really cool. It was a really great show. The ABCs are metal as hell, bro. What is happening? I will give you that. Metal is a large genre. I don't think Clash, I mean, like, I think that just, like, pitching Clash of Bravado so that we can find something else is fine. Like, Clash of Bravado has really been disappointing in this matchup. Been what I would like to call very extra medium in this matchup. You think she'd only Mozart and Bates? I cannot wait for her to see that message. Can metal music involve no metal whatsoever? I would argue that, like, there's very little metal used in the making of metal music, Josh. Very little. Especially the Sound of Madness album. The Sound of Madness album is amazing by Shinedown. One concert I missed, but I also wanted to see was Disturbed, Breaking Benjamin, and Ginger. Oh, I don't know who that is. Touring together? Okay, that's cool. I nearly broke my neck in the mosh pit to the Happy Birthday song. All right. Listen here, you wild animals. Y'all better relax out there, okay? Oh, the Let the Bodies Hit the Floor parody? I can only count to 4. Yeah, absolutely. I've heard that song. Certified banger. I am testing the weakest link. We should try to hang on to it. I want to see if it's good enough. The mosh pit to the Happy Birthday song. My God, y'all are something else sometimes. Y'all, I hope y'all know that. Y'all are something else sometimes. Oh, man. This has been quite an eventful evening for games. It's been quite an eventful evening. We read the Channel Lightning Valley perfectly. Right, they played a channel. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. That's why you always block 3 on Gone in a Flash with Go Again, kids. Dude, we're about to get absolutely juiced by whatever this is. They're about to hit us with a big arcane spell. Is that 2 Gone in a Flashes in the bin now? No, 1? Did they pick it back up right there? Oh, they did pick it back up right there. So this is going to come in for a bunch. We're just going to, like, let the weakest link be shuffled away. Hopefully we draw back into it quickly. We are down to 23. Oscilio has full tempo. I'm much scared. Anytime they're discarding Cloud Cover, that's not a good thing for us. I wonder if I'm going to have to go back to Bells. I wonder if there's a world where, like, going back to, like, Bells is, like, correct. Maybe we're supposed to be on some number of weakest link in Bells. I heard of Quiet Riot. I have not heard of them. Is that a band, Michael? I've not heard of them. Hell's Bells? I do like that song. Is that a song we're talking about right now? God, I wish this had disruption. Whatever. We're gonna blog with it. I think it's correct. We've seen one grip. We put one grip to the bottom. Yikes. Target ourselves. Okay. I hate having to put a gold mana state. For Whom the Bell Tolls? For Whom the Bell Tolls is a Metallica song. Love that song. You remember how you got into specific artists? Shinedown was because of a video game called MVP Baseball. Creed was because of their trailer for Titan AE. So I've actually got a buddy who makes fun of me quite a bit, like in a loving way, at least I think. When we talk about like how I know music or how I got into music, most of it's from movies that I watched growing up. So like what's the song that came up the other night was Face Down by the Red Jumpsuit Apparatus. I know that song from the movie Never Back Down. And like that was the movie Never Back Down was how I learned about Rise Against as well. So I mean like I definitely remember some of the ways that I got into like music just because like I remember like the movies and stuff. If I send you to a link to a song by Ginger, would you react to it on stream? I can't react to it on stream because like if I play it, like it's more than likely copyrighted. And I'll lose like my ad revenue, so I can't like listen to it on stream, sadly. But if you send me a song, I'll listen to it after the stream or something. I've been playing guitar forever. I wish I was like musically talented. Carly was in the band when she was at Virginia Tech, and she so Carly is very like musically talented. I'm always very impressed with stuff like that. Like it's just not who I am. And I wow. Okay, so there's 2 ether spindles gone. There's an ether spindle in their hand. And there's 2 Comet Storm Shocks gone. That's pretty good for us, I think. Come on, Fill the Noise. That's their most recognizable song. I mean, I might know it if I heard it. Ginger is for sure copywritten. I believe you. I'll post it in Discord so everyone can see it. All right, I like it. Do I like rap? Yes and no. Like some of it, yeah. Like I grew up listening to NWA, Tupac. I listened to Eazy-E a lot when I was a kid. As I got older, I got into like Wiz Khalifa and I like Lil Wayne a bit when I was in middle school. There's only been one channel we're supposed to block this out. But like I would never say that like rap was like the top of my list, but yeah, I liked rap music. Just pick up instruments and start playing my heart. I don't know about that. That might be bad. I can't play music. That's why I paint. That's so base, bro. You may come to the cookout. Yo, let's go. I love cookouts, actually. The problem with most cookouts is that when I'm invited to one, it's my distant family at a cookout, and I don't want to go to that. Oh, there are definitely some issues with having older family members when you live in the South. I'm just going to say that. So, not to get too descriptive about my family, but, you know, yeah. Would really like to be able to throw the Spinal Crush, but this is 4 go again, and they still have 3 cards in hand. I don't think that's likely. I like emo rock. Oh, emo rock is where it's at. By the way, Rose, like I'd go to any cookout you invited me to. Like we're friends. I'd go to that cookout for sure. In-laws and outlaws. That's very true. Talking about emo rock, Carly and I, it was New Year's Eve going from 2024 to 2025, went to what they called emo prom. When like New Year's Eve. We went to this event with a bunch of her friends in Nashville, and it was called Emo Prom, and they had like a band that did covers, and it was just like emo punk rock music all night, and it was a banger. I mean, it was phenomenal. Had an absolutely amazing time all night. I got drunk and we danced our asses off, and then I spent the whole night throwing up. I apologize to her friends so many times because I threw up a lot that night. But yeah, no, it was like emo, like punk rock like style stuff is like what I love. Yeah, it was so cool because it was so cool, like Martin, because it was just like one of those nights where like I just like I don't know, like just got to like turn loose and have a good time. It was great. Like we had a lot of fun. Like it was literally just good friends and drinking and like just good people everywhere. Like everybody was so happy to be there and hang out. Like nobody was rude and everybody was nice. It was a lot of fun. I had a blast. Yeah, Rose, I get that. I understand that. Why are we on Dominion in this matchup? I'm testing noob like 110%. There is nothing else other than the fact that I'm testing this matchup. I'm just actually trying to see. Oh, they pitched 2 blinks early. They probably have a bunch of blinks in this hand. Let's see. We put a headbutt to the bottom. They put a mind warp to the bottom. They have a sigil of brilliance on top, and we draw into a disable. There's no way they're back to their pitch stack, right? There's no way they're back to their pitch stack. Maybe I'm supposed to block 6 with this hand. Maybe I'm supposed to block 6 with this hand. I don't know. Oh, the ratios as far as like clashing is concerned. Yes, I think that balance is correct, but I want to test Dominion. Clashing is declared unblocked, so bouncing will not stop clashes. Below. All right. So I'm just trying to like explain to like my opponent was just like basically asking. Okay, so there's a blink. Oh, this is like still like first cycle blink though. This is not the first one that they pitched early. I mean, unless they shuffled. I guess they could have opted like a shitload of cards to the bottom. Oh, nice, a thunk. Let's go. Yes, I do think it is correct. Like, noob, I do think it is correct to be on balance. I just wanted to test the Crown of Dominion and see how it feels tonight, was the idea. They almost got kicked off the ship. They decided they would take a family photo on the big steps. I refused. My sisters came back to our room like a half hour later fuming. So much they started a commotion and half the ship was watching them. Oh, wow. That's hilarious. You gotta love family. You gotta love family. You gotta love family, Rose. You gotta love family. Heartbeat running away. Our opponent's done a very good job of like pitch stacking and like just playing the hands that they're given. Because like I thought this game was honestly going to kind of be a slam dunk with the way they like popped their boots so early, but like they've played this game very well. Tip my hat to our opponent for the like fantastic level they have played this game at. We're going to come in for 6. Wait, do I gotta? Wait, do I gotta what? I missed something. I missed something. Well, Michael, I've not seen the documentary on Tupac. I've been told it's very good though. I've been told it's very good. We're about to get zapped. You gotta love your family, though. I've been told that the answer is no to that, but I am a very like forgiving person when it comes to my family. So actually, we should just block like this. Blow up the channel Lightning Valley. Last channel's on top. I'm okay with this. I do not love my family. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't. Listen, like, I'm not here to judge people for their decisions. But like I am the oldest of 5, and I am close. I try very, very hard to maintain a relationship with all of my siblings. So like in that sense, yes, like I will always love my family, but like my parents, yeah, you know. My parents sometimes are schmoes. And then we're dead. GG, well played, opponent.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
My headset turned off, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't hear anything. Okay, let me log this really quick, and then we will talk about some of the... Let's talk about some of the... We went first, I believe. We did lose. Up used Greaves very early, and I thought they were inexperienced. They played the game very well. Spindle put in work against me. Okay. So let's talk about some things before we wrap up tonight. Ripple Away. So far, we have played 12 games with Ripple Away, and we have had to reclash off of Ripple Away 4 times. I have 6 siblings? No. I have 4 siblings. I'm the oldest of 5. But yeah, like Ripple Away has been okay. It would have been very good against Vynnset, but we treated it like a blue instead of we treated it like a blue block 3 with no text. We did not have to reclash once on Trounce tonight. 6 times. 6 times we blocked with 6 times we blocked with Trounce, and we did not have to reclash. So the ratios work. So we're in a good spot. Into Oscilio. We're going to start being on balance because I believe that it is correct. We tested Crown of Dominion tonight. Balance is just better. We played 2 games in the Vynnset today, 1 off stream and 1 on stream. I won the one I played off stream and lost the one we played on stream. My Vynnset opponent was very good. There's lots of things to consider tonight. Podcast tomorrow. Podcast comes out tomorrow. If you're a YouTube member, you're going to get it early. Make sure to get that out for you guys in the morning. Podcast for everybody else comes out at lunchtime tomorrow. Stream on Thursday will be finalizing my deck for ProQuest season. We're going to be working on the last few slots. Fault Line has consistently been okay. There was one time tonight that I can remember specifically Fault Line was better than Disable because it was a 2-card play. We pitched a blue to play it, and Disable would have required us to keep an extra card. So that's the one time I can think of that. Actually, twice tonight that came up. So that continues to be relevant. Fault Line, I guess, getting points every night. All things to consider. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Enjoy the podcast tomorrow. And if nothing else, I will see you guys on Thursday. Take it easy, guys.